Hey everyone, my name is Ty. Welcome to the channel. So surely by now you've heard about the Harley Davidson recall on all the different makes and models. There's a bunch of them out there. I'm not going to go through that. We're not going to talk about it in detail. There's a lot of people who have already covered that, but this 2022 Lowrider ST is a part of the recall, so I'm going to share my experience. So the first half of the video, I'm going to try to get everybody caught up to speed on what the recall is. The second half of the video is after this Lowrider ST receives the recall and gets repaired, which is exactly where we're going right now, over to White Lightning Harley Davidson. They're going to take care of it for me today. So Harley Davidson recently released recall information on over 65,000 motorcycles. And part of that recall is a fastener on the rear shock absorber, I believe that, and the way that I've been reading it, it could potentially lead to issues that might deflate the tire, which could increase chances of a motorcycle crash. So a lot of variables there. Now, I have spoken with friends that work for Harley Davidson and some who just like to ride motorcycles, and some people seem overly optimistic. There's no problem, you don't have anything to worry about. And there's some people who say, yeah man, I'd get that fixed before I sat on that motorcycle again. And I guess I understand both situations. Since the recall was released, I haven't put too many miles on this motorcycle, but you know, hoping to get that situated today and get this gal back out on the road. All right, I need to stop for some gasoline, which reminds me, if you're going to take your bike into the shop for any reason at all, make sure you don't send it over there with an empty tank, especially if you are working with a dealership that likes to test ride your bike after they work on it. Put some gas in it for them. See, shoot, that didn't take any time at all. Now we're back on the road, full tank of gasoline. So what does a recall say about Harley Davidson as a company? Well, I mean, those things are never good. I mean, it's tough to make any type of excuse for anything like that, especially if it costs someone their life or puts people in harm's way. I get it. That's not good. It is a good thing, however, that somehow QA caught it, even if it was after, you know, it went into production. That sucks. But these things do happen realistically. Just recently, I drive a Chevy Silverado. Just recently, and sometime in April, I saw that Chevy recalled 40,000 Silverados because of some type of brake fluid issue that could potentially cause a fire, whether your car was going down the road or parked. Either way, well, that would really suck too. Also did some research and found out that Kia recalled over 300,000 cars. I mean, that's nuts right there. You know, I guess what is most important, I don't guess, it is most important that somebody doesn't get hurt. But it is good that these things get repaired, and they get repaired at no cost to the consumer, which is the situation with this Harley recall as well. Well, many of you have seen this stretch of road a lot. We're taking the bike over to White Lightning Harley Davidson, so I'm going to drop her off and see if they can get this fixed up. Now, what might seem like to you just a few seconds, but will probably be sometime this afternoon or the next day for me. But in the next part of the video, what I want to do is talk to you guys about my experience of the repair and see if there's anything that I can pass along to you straight from the dealership. So stick around. All right, well, I am just now leaving the dealership. It's, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours later. Not a huge deal, but they've got me all squared away. Waldo and the crew at White Lightning did a fantastic job, like they usually do. So let me see if, in a nutshell, I can explain everything that happened. Well, for starters, you should be receiving a letter from Harley Davidson if your motorcycle is one that has a problem with the recall. So I would start there. It should have all the information you need, or at least some information you need to get going in the right direction. Now, if no one at your local dealership contacts you, what I would do, I would contact your local dealership. White Lightning has a list of customers that they're reaching out to get the recall scheduled for them, but I don't know if all dealerships are going to do that. So I don't know if I would necessarily wait around for it to happen, but maybe contact wherever you bought your motorcycle, see if they can help you out from there. Now, if you know anything about me, you know I'm not the most mechanically inclined individual out there. So I asked my good buddy Waldo at White Lightning if he could help me articulate exactly what the problem is. And here's some of the footage that I rolled on that. We're going to do just some... That bracket right there. That,
like bolt?
Yeah. That was the problem, huh? Okay. Sweet, man.
That's what they fixed. That's why it didn't take long.
Okay. Good deal.
But what it's doing on a lot of these is it's braking.
Yeah.
Getting down in your tire.
Could potentially...
And that's your adjuster. Well, it'll just get down your horn spring.
Yep.
So
Okay.
what it does, it just brakes right there.
Cool, man. Thanks, Waldo. Well, thank you guys very much for joining me in the video. In the comments below, let me know if you've had your Lowrider ST taken care of with the recall, what your experience was like. Have a good day, guys. We'll see you in the next one.